the match that everybody has been talking about since the last time they wrestled, but all week they've built this one up, and both guys out to the center of the mat, and this is why there's 8,000 people in the rack right now ready to watch this match.
Nick Suriano, the sophomore from Paramus, New Jersey for Rutgers, transferred in from Penn State. Bergen Catholic High School, number 2 in the country against Daton Fix, the redshirt freshman from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, number 6 in the land. Suriano Fix.
And you can just hear the crowd right now. They're excited about this. A lot of people on their feet.
If you're new to wrestling, October of 2014 at 120 pounds at Flow Wrestling's Who's Number 1, it was Nick Suriano 3-1 in overtime. Not just any overtime, 32 minutes before that takedown by Suriano, so there is history here. National finalist a year ago was Suriano at 125, falling to Spencer Lee of Iowa. Daton Fix redshirting a year ago, going 5-0.
And you can see right out of the gate, both guys engaging. Neither one is going to be looking to hang back and see what happens. Both guys are extremely offensive, so I expect there to be a lot of offensive explosion in this match for sure.
Scott Goodell saying there's just so many superlatives you can throw out about both Suriano and Ashnault this year. He's on target to do what he wants him to do. And there's a little bit of an internal competition in the room between Suriano and Ashnault. One guy gets a tech, the other wants to get a tech, and likewise. But now you're facing a junior world champion from 2017 in Daton Fix, so the approach becomes a little different for the normally aggressive Suriano today.
For sure, and this is going to give you a really great gauge for both guys of where you're at, right? Daton Fix has come in without a loss so far this season, and he's really put it on a lot of his opponents that he's wrestled and has done a great job. They both score a lot of points, and even though nothing's happened in this match so far, both guys you can see hand fighting hard, looking for their opening, right? They understand that points are going to come at a premium when you have 2 caliber guys like this out on the mat.
Daton Fix with a 22-7 tech fall in his work at Princeton yesterday. Cowboys coming off a 27-12 win down at Jadwin Gymnasium. Suriano comes in at 13-0, 8-0 in duels. One of the greatest high school wrestlers in New Jersey history.
And you hear the ooh, that's a shot that normally Suriano pulls the trigger on. It's just a snatch single leg, and you can see he kind of backed out of it. I'm a little surprised 2 minutes in that neither one has really engaged the other.
Suriano, the 4-time state champ at Bergen Catholic, 159-0, just the 4th 4-time New Jersey state champ ever. Joining, of course, the man you'll see at 49 for Rutgers and Anthony Ashnault. So you're surprised that they're feeling each other out here?
I would have thought there'd be a little bit more leg attempts from both guys. I mean, obviously, right, this has been hyped up, so if you don't think that affects the individual wrestlers, right, even though they're excited for the competition and they've both wrestled in extremely big bouts, it plays on your mind a little bit. So both guys maybe a little bit more hesitant than they would otherwise be, giving each other probably a little bit too much respect. I mean, that's something that, Gene Zanetti, who owns Wrestling Mindset, talks about all the time. That's one of the mindset red flags if you give your opponent a little too much respect. And I think that's what we saw in the first period.
It's a very deep weight class at 133.
Maybe the deepest weight class in the country this year. There's obviously a top tier of talent, and that's sorry not to get off of that topic, but that's something Daton Fix has been great at all season. Gets out extremely quickly. Didn't let Suriano get to his ride, but 133 probably the deepest weight class. There's obviously a top tier with Seth Gross, the returning national champ, these two and some others, but beyond that, anybody from 4 to 16 or 17 has a shot at getting on the podium at the national tournament this week.
It's pretty easy to let this one breathe. Let it talk. 1:20 to go in the second. Fix up 1-0 on Suriano via a quick escape after just 9.2 seconds.
I'm interested to see who will pull the trigger first and who's going to get to their leg attempts and attempt to score. Because Daton Fix is very good on top.
Now, does that mean a minute, though? That's a minute and 9 he'll need.
Yeah, can he hold Suriano down for a minute and 9? I don't personally think he can, but he's certainly capable of it. His skill level is there. So, regardless, both guys are going to have to score on their feet likely.
And how many times can Suriano shoot and have Fix just step back with the leg before that there's some press of the action here from the officials?
Yeah, the home crowd may want that. If you're watching this, though, neither guy has really engaged. They're both hand fighting hard. They're staying on the center R. Neither one has really engaged enough to call for a stall. No one's avoiding action. There's just not a lot of it yet.
18 seconds, period 2. Our first of a couple of top 10 matchups coming today, depending on which way Oklahoma State goes with their group of wrestlers in terms of a couple of oars in the lineup, which we'll get to in a bit. But we'll go to period 3. Suriano down 1-0 to Fix. I think everyone expected this to be low scoring, but here's what you mentioned about getting out quickly.
Yeah, great escape. I thought there would be a little bit more action. You can see that, you can't see it on your screen. Oklahoma State coaches are really getting on Fix right now to kind of get a boot in, see if he can ride him out a little bit and win the match. And looks like Suriano wanted a locking hands, and Goodale on the mat as well. It's definitely, that is a stall. You got to kind of look to turn on top. I'm a little surprised they didn't do that sooner. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure at the break there, Daton Fix's father's over near the Oklahoma State bench and asking him to get going on his feet a little bit.
Suriano out in 17 seconds. Riding time will not be a factor here at 8 seconds in the favor of Fix. 1-1 period 3 at 133. Nick Piccinini with a tech fall over Shane Metzler to make it 5-0 Oklahoma State. But the spotlight here at 133, the 4-year in the waiting rematch between Suriano and Fix. And remember, that was also 3-1.
Daton Fix doing a good job of keeping Suriano at bay. Suriano pushing the action a little bit right now. And the rack obviously rooting for their guy, wants a stall call. I would be very surprised if you see one.
$168-0, 4 state titles for Daton Fix in high school. Here's that lock hands you were referring to. This is on the back end of it. That's after the fact. There was the escape. John Smith calling for something off the restart.
Maybe they're looking some hands to the face. That's been a big rule change. Well, I don't know why I'll say change. It's always been a rule, but the officials have been looking for hands to the face a lot. You can see Suriano going on the top of the head.
You mean Minnesota?
I would.
That's just the approach, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a really gutsy call right now to hit a hands to the face in a match like this, 1-1 with these caliber guys. It's really kind of, it's a weird call. I'm not a big fan of it. Let the guys wrestle. I mean, obviously, if there's something dirty, right, you call that, but
this was always going to be decided in sudden victory, wasn't it? I think we all knew.
Honestly, before the match, I thought it was going to be between 8 and 12 points scored total. Here we are, overtime.
To sudden victory we go. Little front head attempt from Fix. You can feel the energy at the rack. Packed to the gills, 8,000.
I would tell you that, this benefits Daton Fix as far as if it gets out of this period. Top and bottom, there's probably a slight edge to Daton Fix, in the next 2 30-second periods. First shot attempt where either guy's really hit their knee. And Daton Fix very close to his ankle there. You can see him.
Very low from Fix in his stance. 20 seconds to go, sudden victory 1. Top, bottom on deck.
Coach Smith, you can't see it. Coach Smith pretty close to the other official, working him a little bit for going to keep hitting him hands to the face there. I can see him talking to the other official.
So we'll get the flip decision to Suriano. Where does he start? Bottom is the choice. Multiple ranked wins already this year for Suriano. Riding time will start becoming a factor, as Sean mentioned just before.
It looks like they want another locking hands call. Goodale's going to challenge it. He
Goody
threw
will
the brick
challenge.
in.
There is the escape from Suriano after 10 seconds, and Scott Goodale will challenge the lock of hands.
It looked like he did. It's hard to say.
And this is the angle we're going to get from up top. Oh, yeah. Oh, Sean, it looks left hand over right, and they're going to go to the scorer's table, folks. That looked like left hand over right to me. Call stands. I think that's the way to go there. I'm not sure there's enough evidence really to decide a match.
I agree.
Now, the issue becomes Goodale challenged before Suriano escaped. Sean, it is at the exact same time. That's a great job by our crew.
So
brick comes out.
He's out. There's obviously there's a loss of control, so they're neutral.
Suriano up 2-1 in top bottom. 17 seconds to go in the initial period. Fix will get bottom to start his half of the 30. Each guy being very cognizant of the fact that there's another sudden victory period on the horizon potentially.
You know, everybody in this room, New Jersey fans are knowledgeable. They understand the situation right now.
Fix gets to his feet quickly. You mentioned the redrops. Can Suriano get one? He can't give up a reversal there.
They said now Suriano locked his hands. So now Suriano's losing 3-2 on the edge of the mat. And Fix doing what he'll need to do to get a win here.
Suriano gets hit with the locking hands in his part of TB1. And because of that, if it holds, Daton Fix with the upset of 3-2. I find it very difficult to give a match on locked hands.
Good. One Mississippi. It's close.
We're at 133. We're waiting to see if in TB1 a locked hands call will give the bout to Daton Fix.
So it looks like they're going
to overturn it. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Now you got it. Now so they're going to be more of a break because now you got to decide where the riding time is. If I was guessing, Suriano's not going to take his second chance, so to speak, lightly.
Well, the rack enjoyed that announcement.
So I don't.
They're playing neutral.
I actually feel for these guys a little bit because they got 4 screaming coaches on both sides and about 8,000 people on top of them right now, and they're having a moment. So it's 2-1. There's
24 seconds.
There's 24 seconds.
So Suriano still has the opportunity to ride out 24 seconds here in TB1. Suriano rides him out. That ends the match. Otherwise, we go to sudden victory 2.
I wish they were neutral. And I wish it was the other overtime period.
Redrop opportunity for Suriano. Riding high with 13 seconds. The redrop from Suriano, and they have a challenge again. Is this going to be another locking hands challenge? And there's the escape with 5 seconds left. And now with 2 seconds, they're going to review locking hands.
Let's see it. I'll tell you, if it was locked, they're going to call it at this point.
Here's our best look.
So let's see.
Let's run this slowly. Amazing job by our crew here. There it is.
No, so if that's what they're looking at,
that he's
then
still
that
up.
was not.
Right, then it's not it.
No.
Correct. So 0.7 seconds, and we go to sudden victory 2.
All right, so 37 minutes later, we're here. We're in overtime on our feet.
I hope somebody's been running a clock so we know which match actually took longer. I'm sure
Flow Wrestling is for
it.
certain has this time.
All right, sudden victory 2, Suriano Fix. We went 7 in regulation. We went 1 in sudden victory. We went 1 in top bottom. We're into minute 10.
1 wrestling top bottom, 40 watching replays.
That's right. Fix a shot, Suriano blocks it off. 40 seconds to go, sudden victory 2.
Coach Prisloff asking Suriano to pull the trigger. Fix doing a great job of controlling the ties, not letting Suriano get the space to get to his shots.
Remember the 2014 takedown by Suriano was in a scramble situation where he had to sit through it.
That's right, off of Fix's shot.
Back to the middle we go.
Whoa.
They'll give Fix the point for hands to the face. As you said,
these guys
Sean,
can't get it right, man.
They give a hands to the face point. And that's it.
These guys, that's really bad.
That's it, on hands to the face and sudden victory
Wow.
too.
And they gotta officiate 8 more bouts now. That one was 40 minutes of back and forth and banter, and the fans and the coaches and the replays getting into these guys. To make a call like that is pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's hands to the face, right? I was a former Rutgers wrestler, right? So obviously, let's call a spade, but that was a ridiculous time to make a call like that. I mean, it's a dual meet at the end of the day. It's a dual meet, but are you really going to make a call like that at a national tournament?
So hands to the face on Suriano, and sudden victory too gives Daton Fix a 3-2 win to put Oklahoma State up 8-0 in a hornet's nest of a rack.